Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here doing a recap of last night's amazing night for us and a look ahead to today's 9-game slate here for Friday the 2nd. Yesterday was a humongous night for us. Premium lineups definitely did very, very well. As you see there, a 352, a 340, and a 324. 352 won $200 in the slam, and then 341 70 each, and then the 324 150. So we had a heck of a night. Hope you guys did as well. Won $400 last night, so definitely take it. Very good night for us. As normal, guys, if you guys are struggling on NBA, definitely hit us up. I mean, as you see this last week, we have just been on fire. And it's only $30. You guys are missing out, as you see, made over $400, so you will easily make your money back. Don't worry about it at all. So if you're struggling, hit us up. 4 lineups per day, 2 from me and 2 from Anthony. Or if you guys just need some fantasy help or anything like that, any advice, hit us up as well. Just email us. We will have our email as normal in the comment section, and we'll definitely set you up. All right, let's get into the recap on that 352. So as you see, $200 in the slam. Had Steph Curry here. Unfortunately, he fouled out in the first overtime. So or was the second, one of the two. Anyway, he only got 42 points. He had a lot of foul trouble early on. Didn't really get to play much in the first half. But, I'll take 42 from him. He was really popular. So, I'll take it. Next was Harrison. I told you guys he would be in almost every single one of my lineups yesterday. He had 27.8. Really good place filler there. Next was Harden. This guy just went off. 65 fantasy points. I'm so glad this game went into double overtime because I stacked the heck out of this game. Moving on, we got J.R. Smith. I called it. I knew he was going to get you 9 points. Even before the game started, I was like, he's going to get you 9, but I don't really care. I need somebody cheap to get in some of these big guys. So as you see, it didn't really matter much at all. So I put in JR just as a place filler. Didn't do anything. Next was Kevin Durant, had 67 points. So Curry, as you saw, he was in foul trouble a lot, so Durant had to carry Golden State. Man, he just had a really good game, 67 points. So, I will take that from him. Next was Trevor Ariza. Told you I liked him as well. Didn't do too much, but still I had exposure to this. Plus, he was only 10% owned in the tournament. So, extra 21 points, not bad. And then next was Draymond Green. Told you guys had to have him in there. 53 points, and he was only $7,700. Heck of a night for him. Ryan Anderson, he was only 5% owned in the tournament. 33 fantasy points, had 29 real points. So he had a heck of a night here. And then John Henson, told you guys I liked him as well. So a lot of these guys that I mentioned in the video yesterday, I told you guys to play. So hopefully, you guys paid attention and played some of them. You probably would have made some pretty good money. And as I said, Henson got you 31. So, very good night. Hope you guys had a good night as well. A lot of our subscribers had a good night as well. This is from one of them. As you see, 10, 5, and 2. And then move up a little bit. It's hard to see this one. But anyway, made some money as well. So, if you guys are struggling, definitely let us know. Second day subbing, and he already made his money back. So, if you guys are interested, definitely let us know. All right, enough with the recap. Let's get into the 9-game slate here. We got 9 of them here on Friday. A lot of good tournaments out there as well. So, without further ado, let's get into our first game. We got Orlando and Philly. 196 total in Philadelphia by 2. I don't think this is going to be a 196, to be honest. I think it'll be around a 205. Philly is always a little bit higher paced team when they play at home. And Orlando usually plays to whatever their opponent is playing at. So I don't mind this game at all. If for some reason Peyton gets to play, I don't mind him in a GPP against Sergio Rodriguez. As we all know, Philly is, just not that good against that point guard. And Peyton, half decent player, didn't do too much against Memphis. He's been up and down, but maybe he gets you, 30 points. Won't be well owned. 57, yeah, it's a little expensive. I wish he was around 53, 54. Maybe put him in there, but definitely not my favorite play. Evan Fournier, though, right away comes to my mind. Really, really like Evan Fournier here. Had a good game out against Memphis. 28 real points. Really easy matchup here against Philly. So, yeah, I definitely don't mind this at all. Last time he faced Philly, it was a while back. It was on the 1st of November, but he still got you 30 points. So, 5,800. He's sitting pretty. Very good cash game pick. Also, I don't think he'll be very popular. If you get you 30, maybe at 7-8% owned in a cash game, yeah, definitely can't go wrong there. Not too high on the small forwards. I think Serge Ibaka will have a very good game here against Philly if you want to go that way. He's been up and down, but as you see these last 4 games, he's been pretty good. Price hasn't caught up to him yet. Last time he faced Philly, he got you 29. So, another one of those guys, good cash game. Should get you around 30 points. But if you're looking for upside, this is not really the game to do it. Maybe some Nikola Vukovic. He's been up and down, but as we know, Philly not good against centers. So maybe he gets you 35, 40. He's been hot as well. 36 last night against Memphis. So I really don't mind that. He had 49.8 against Philly last time out. So, yeah, I don't mind Vukovic at all. His popularity will be, a little high just because he's facing them, but still very good pick, $7,100. I like Vukovic. Don't mind Joel Embiid, but he's getting up there, so I just paid a little bit extra money to get some Vukovic. So like Vukovic, I don't mind Ibaka. Definitely don't mind Fournier, and then don't mind Payton, but probably going to lay off Payton. But, yeah, Fournier, Ibaka, and Vukovic, not really targeting any of those Philly players. So, I wouldn't pick all 3 of them, obviously, in your lineup at once. Maybe sprinkle in 1 or 2 and once in a while in some of your lineups. But for the most part, don't really want this game. But if you need some value guys like Ibaka, mid-rangers, definitely don't mind picking up some of those guys. All right, moving on. We got Sacramento, Boston. We got a 208 total in Boston by 6.5. So this is going to be a good one. I honestly think Boston's going to pull away in the 4th quarter. But, who knows? This could be a good game. Boston's still struggling a little bit. But right away, man, Isaiah Thomas sitting in a very good spot here against Sacramento. I love him in this matchup. I love this matchup here. Bradley sitting in a very good spot. As normal, I love pairing both of those guys. Rudy Gay, not the best spot going up against Jay Crowder, but Jay Crowder sitting in a half-decent spot. Only $5,300. Rudy Gay is not the best defender like he used to be. Plus, Crowder, he's off his minutes restriction. 30. Yeah, only $5,300. Put him in your lineup. Very good matchup here in a close game. I love some Crowder. And then don't really care for these power forwards at all. And then as normal, DeMarcus Cousins. I love him if you want to get him in there. Oh, Horford, another very good play. So, yeah, another one of those games I really, really don't mind. Boogies, you can get him in there. Al Horford sitting in a very good spot. Should be a high-scoring game. A lot of shots getting put up. Maybe around 35 for Horford. Not the biggest upside in this one. I definitely give it to Boogie. If you had the pick between Vukovic and Horford, I'd definitely go Vukovic. And like I said, no power forwards I care for. I love some Jay Crowder sitting way too cheap right now. Avery Bradley sitting in a very good spot too, and Isaiah Thomas. I definitely don't mind stacking this Boston game. But as I said, the only bad thing is maybe it's a blowout. But for the most part, Sacramento should stay with them. So, yeah, definitely don't mind targeting some players from that one. All right, moving on. We got a rematch of Minnesota and New York. So this should be another good one. Last time they played, it was in Minnesota. Now it's in New York. We got a 210 total in New York by 2.5. All righty, let's see who we are liking here. D Rose, 6,400. Price came down to $300. He was at 6,700. A lot better spot for him. I like him a lot more in this area. Had a bad night against Minnesota last time out, but he's back at home. He likes playing at home. He had a bad night, but look, it's not scaring me any. He's still, a pretty good player. Everyone has a bad game once in a while. Also, that game was 106-104, so it was a really close game. I definitely don't mind some D Rose at all. He only played 24 minutes in that game. he had four fouls, so a little bit of foul trouble. So I don't worry about him at all in this one. And then Rubio, not really too high on him. Let me see here if there's anybody else. Brennan Jennings, actually, as normal, he's not really a popular play, but he actually had a half-decent game. That was only because of Derrick Rose was in foul trouble. But once in a while, he's a half-decent player, had 24 against Minnesota. And then shooting guards, I picked Zach LaVine, but, man, he just didn't do anything. He only had 17 points and 2 rebounds. So I may not be too high on him here. Let me see who else we got. Carmelo, he did okay. He only had 14 points, 4 rebounds. So, and Wiggins, I think he had a half-decent night. Let me see here, 19, 7, and 4. So, this one's going to be in New York, so maybe some Carmelo. I love Kid Staffs, but, man, his price just jumped up. But, man, he's such a good player. I'll still put him in there. He's sitting in a good spot. And, man, Karl Anthony Towns. What a heck of a night against New York. If you guys didn't realize what he did last time they played against New York, holy cow, 75.6. He just unloaded. That was obviously because there was no Noah. Kyle Quinn tried to stop him. No stopping him. So I love Karl Anthony Towns. 9,400. Boogie or Towns, man, that's a for me, it depends on if Noah's going to play. If Noah doesn't play again, and then Kyle Quinn starts, oh, man, I'm playing Towns all day. But I love Boogie, but Towns is really close, and he's a little bit cheaper. So I love me Towns. Don't mind some Porzingis again. Don't really want to be attacking Anthony and Wiggins too much. Zach LaVine, nah, and then I don't mind some D-Rose. But maybe one or two from this one. Maybe some Towns and Porzingis, and I might move on. There's some other better options out there on this 9-game slate. All right, moving on. We got the Lakers in Toronto. We got a 214 total in Toronto by 10. Lakers play half decent on the road, but they are facing Toronto. But right away, Kyle Lowry comes to my mind. $8,700 with no Russell in there. Jose Calderon starting, and he's not a good defender. So Lowry in a very good spot here, 46 against Memphis. I really don't mind Lowry. Wish his price was at like 83, but still don't mind him. DeRozan as normal, don't mind him. Clarkson price came down $200. I don't mind him. Don't mind Lou Williams as normal. Carroll in a half decent spot. Not too high on Ingram. Randall sitting in a good spot. He just came back from the injury. Toronto's not that good against power forwards for some reason. But, I don't mind Randall. Had 39 against Chicago. So he is in play here for me, $6,600. And then Jonas Valanciunas sitting in a pretty good spot as well. Not a lot of upside from this guy, but still maybe gets you 25, 26. But, the thing about him, though, he's sitting in a very good spot here against the Lakers. So, but if you're looking for that upside, not really a way to go here with Valanciunas. But if you're looking for 25, 26, maybe in a cash game, maybe, but not my favorite play. Randall, like him. Maybe some Carroll, DeRozan, Clarkson, Lou Williams. Clarkson and Lou, love those guys for cheap options, and Lowry is in play as well. So definitely don't mind this game. As you see, it's a spread at 10, though, so it might get out of hand. So definitely watch that spread throughout the day. All right, moving on. We got Detroit and Atlanta. No total, but probably around like a 205 in Atlanta by like 4 or 5 here. Atlanta finally back at home. They had a huge West Coast trip, so they're finally back at home. Dennis Schroeder, don't mind him. I don't mind Ish Smith. As we know, Atlanta's not good against point guards. If you're looking, as normal, if you're looking for around 24, 25, I don't mind Ish Smith. He had 42 against Boston, though, but don't think he will do that again. But, he is sitting in a good spot. Dennis Schroeder, I like him, though, a lot. KCP, man, this guy has been on fire. I like him quite a bit. As you see, 39 and 40 in his last 2. Ownership will definitely go up. Man, I like him. Besides that little dip of 13, he's been a very consistent player. So 5,600, way too cheap for a guy that's putting up that kind of numbers. Not really too high on Bazemore or Marcus Morris here. And then as normal, Tobias Harris, he's still only $5,700. Wow, price has not caught up to him. Paul Millsap's still game time decision, but yeah, Millsap's out. I love some Tobias Harris. Yeah, I don't know why his price hasn't caught up to him. 32, 39, 34, but I'll take it. Keep firing in Harris. I love him. If Millsap can't play, maybe put in some Mike Muscala. John Lewis sitting in a very good spot here if Paul Millsap plays, because he always plays more minutes against bigs. And Atlanta has Millsap and Howard, as we all know, two big guys. So Lure maybe get a little bit extra time off that bench. But he's 4,500. He's pushing it. He needs to be around 42 for me to play him. Yeah, Howard, Drummond. Both of these guys are in play. Both of these guys aren't the same defenders that they used to be. Same price almost. I'd maybe go Howard just because if Paul Millsap is out again, need a little bit more usage from him. So, and he's $100 cheaper at home. So, yeah, I definitely don't mind some Howard. Don't mind Drummond either. So both of those guys are in play for me. So, yeah, Tobias Harris, I love him quite a bit. Still too cheap for me. KCP, very good spot. Schroeder and Ish Smith are both in play if you need a GPP option out there. Alrighty, I think that does it for that one. Let's move on. We got the Clippers in New Orleans. We got a 207 total, and the Clippers only by 3. So Clippers, they've been struggling just a little bit here, even though they are still sitting in a pretty good spot. You got CP3, 9,400. You got Drew Holiday. You got Tim Frazier. I like Holiday. I think recently he's been starting at that shooting guard position, even though he is point guard on Fanduel. I think they might change him to shooting guard. But, yeah, he's been starting at shooting guard, so you don't really have to worry about Chris Paul defense there. Tim Frazier's still starting for the most part. But, yeah, right away I don't mind J.J. Redick. He's, as normal, New Orleans not that good against that shooting guard position. Redick, he's been half decent. He had 23 points, so maybe if you get you 25 here, $4,300. He's sitting very good. And then you got, small forwards are not good at all. Power forwards, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin. Both of those guys are in play for me. I'd obviously pick Davis over Griffin, but Griffin's still sitting in a very good spot. DeAndre Jordan as well sitting in a good spot here against Omar Ashik. Could get you around 30, 34, 35 for $7,200. I'll take that from him. A little bit of a down game against Cleveland. Still got your rebounds, so don't mind Jordan. As we know, Pelicans are really bad against centers, but, yeah, don't mind Jordan. Davis, Griffin, obviously got to have him in there. And then you got maybe some J.J. Redick, GPP, and then CP3 and Drew Holiday. So this is going to be another one of those games you're going to want to target. As you see, Clippers are only favored by 3, so, it should be good. I know the total is only at 207. I think it'll be a little bit higher than that. So, don't mind that game at all. All right, another game I love here, Cleveland and Chicago. No total, but probably around a 213 and Chicago by 2. This is going to be a good battle here. Two very good teams, as we know. Irving, I love him. Rondo, not a good defender like he used to be. He used to be a pretty good defender, but now getting up there in age. I love Irving. For some reason, his price is just not going up. I know he doesn't have those huge games, but look, this guy is a pretty consistent player. And going up against Rondo in a close game, I love him. Yeah, two games not doing too good, but, last game we faced CP3. Delhi, not a bad defender, but I see around 38 to 42 here from Irving. I love him. Rondo sitting in a half decent spot. Irving, yeah, pretty good defender, but look, Rondo's still 5,900. He's a big part of this offense. They're going to need him. So, yeah, I don't mind Rondo. You got Dwayne Wade. I love him in this matchup. Kind of going up against LeBron James, maybe. They always like facing each other. So maybe Wade gets into it a little bit more. He scores 35, 40. Definitely could see that. You got LeBron. You got Butler. I'm not touching LeBron. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He's having some issues right now. Don't know why. 25, 28. I don't know what's going on with LeBron. I think he'll have a good game here. Yeah, he's going up against Butler, but this is going to be a good game. But yeah, I just don't know what's going on with him. I love Butler though here against LeBron. Very good matchup for him. LeBron's a good player, but he's going to want to match him. So I love Butler over James. And then you got Kevin Love, you got Taj Gibson. Definitely don't mind some Kevin Love at all. He's going to have a very good game. Randall, we saw he just had 39 against the Chicago. So, yeah, Love is going to be a very good part of this offense. Plus, if LeBron's struggling a little bit, he's going to give it to Love. He's going to give it to Irving. So I love both of those guys. And then you got Robin Lopez. You got Tristan Thompson. As normal, I like Tristan Thompson, man. He's sitting there at 5,000. Lopez, not a bad defender, but, Tristan Thompson doesn't really score, as you see. He's just more of a rebound guy. So if you're looking for around 25, I don't mind it. Doesn't have that huge upside, but, 25, 26, I'll take it from him. So, yeah, love that game quite a bit. And then moving on, we have Washington and San Antonio. We got a 202 total in San Antonio by 9. Don't really like picking teams when San Antonio is the home team. I just don't like it. Maybe John Wall, going to be a little bit slower game, though. But Parker, not the good defender. Wall been struggling a little bit. Price came down a little bit, so I don't mind him. Not too high on Beal. Usually am, but not in this matchup. I love Kawhi Leonard. He's been struggling as well, but man, $8,100. Price is too cheap. Better capitalize on it. No, he's been struggling, but a good matchup here against Washington. And then don't really care for these power forwards. If Morris is out, maybe Aldridge, but like I said, they've been slumping a little bit. San Antonio has offensively, even though they're still a good team. That's why their prices are coming down a little bit. But not really into this game. Just not. Maybe Ball, maybe some Kawhi, and that's really it. Don't really want much exposure to this game. Like I said, maybe one or two, but for the most part, don't really care for it. So I'm going to kind of pass on that one. And then last but not least, we got Houston and Denver. We've got a 222 total in Denver by 1. I don't think Denver should be at 1. I think Houston, after they just beat they just beat Golden State, I think they should be the favorite by like 4 or 5. But, they might be tired, double overtime, going to be traveling to Denver. So maybe they rest some players. I don't think they will. They don't usually rest. But, that's one thing to think of, though. Maybe Houston's a little tired. Maybe Harden not as good as he was last night. But still, I love this matchup. You got Moutier, you got Beverly. Both of them are Beverly, an all right defender, just doesn't score much. Moutier, he's off and on, but Beverly, for the most part, held Curry in check, so not too high Moutier. Love Harden as normal. Don't mind Eric Gordon. If Will Barton plays, he's going to be guarding Harden probably, and yeah, you know how that's going to go. And then you got Wilson Chandler. If Gallinari's out, you got to play Chandler, man. I love Chandler. He's going to get you 45, 50 in this game. I know he's going against Ariza, but, man, Chandler, very good spot here. Hopefully Gallinari is out. And then you got Kenneth Faried. Not really too high on these guys here, but I don't mind some Clint Capella at all. They're going to need him here quite a bit in this one. Had a down game these last couple games, so maybe just target 1 or 2 from this game. I know it's a high total and all, but I need to see some injuries, see what's going on with the injury report. Like I said, Gallinari out, Chandler is going to be in there. I love Harden as normal. Don't mind some Eric Gordon maybe, and then don't really care for these guys here. So maybe if Will Barton's out, maybe you can look at Jameer Nelson again. Maybe you can look at some Jamal Murray. Nelson been a half-decent player with Will Barton out. So don't mind Nelson. I really don't. As you see, 43, 25, and 35. So I'll probably actually put him on my lineup if those injuries come out. So alrighty, let's get into this 9-game slate here. As normal, this is just a rough draft lineup. If you guys are interested in the premium lumps, definitely let us know. Alrighty, starting off at point guard. Let's go. I love Thomas. I told you guys I like him. Sitting in a very good spot. I like Irving. I like Irving quite a bit. All right, let's take him out. I just realized I need Harden in there. Take him out and put in some Rondo. Shooting guard. Let's see here. KCP. And then small forward really is not good tonight. I'm going to go a little cheap here. I'm going to go Wilson Chandler, some Jay Crowder. This is going to be just a cash lineup, by the way, if you haven't realized. Man, I really want Cousins and Towns in there. Just don't see that happening in this lineup. I want Davis as well. Oh, man. See here, Baca. Let's go Baca. Let's go Harris. And then you got 53. And I really like these centers here. Yeah, I guess we'll do that for now. That's just, that's a big rough draft lineup. As you see, that's just a lot of 50-50 cash game kind of plays. As normal, I have to wait throughout the day, see some injury reports and stuff like that to make my final decisions. But summary of guys I like Thomas, good matchup here. Revenge game here against Sacramento. Rondo, not a bad matchup. I just like exposure to this game. Should get you around 30. Harden, obviously, got to have him in there. KCP, he's been pretty hot. Atlanta, they're not bad defense, but, KCP, don't mind him. If you don't want to go him, maybe you can go to Avery Bradley if you want. There's a lot of options out there. Evan Fournier sitting in a good spot against Philly, Clarkson, Lou Williams. So there's a lot of different guys in that mid-range that you can attack. And then, as I said, I gotta have to get Butler in there. I love Chandler if Gallinari sits. Let's try and make this a little bit better lineup for you guys here. Let's put in Nelson. Then you got 1,800. Let's see who I can go get. That only gives me 60. Okay, let's go back. Try and make something here. Let's take him out. And all right, that makes it look a little better. But yeah, as I said, Nelson, I like him a lot. And then Chandler, I like him. Gallinari's out. Jay Crowder, minutes are off. Been averaging 30 points fantasy-wise the last 4 games. Porzingis, I love him against Minnesota. Had a good game last time we faced them. Tobias Harris, good spot here against Atlanta if Millsap is out. And then Tristan Thompson should get you around 25 points. Or, like I said, probably going to be spinning up on my centers here tonight for probably some Vukovic and a GPP. Boogie, Towns, Drummond. I love a lot of those centers. So, yeah, that's just a rough draft lineup. Alrighty, guys. Hope you do enjoy the video. If you do, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. Thank you for all the support you guys have been giving us. Channel has been growing. Definitely thankful for that. So yeah, hopefully this helps. If you guys are new subscribers, welcome. Hope some of this information definitely helps you out. As normal, guys, if you guys are interested in premium lineups, let Anthony and I know. We are also offering DraftKings now. It's $25 a month for DraftKings. You get 2 lineups per day. In Fanduel, it's $30 a month and 4 lineups per day. So as you see, about last week or so, we just been good. As you see, 352, 340, 324 last night. Won $200 for the top prize. So yeah, if you guys are struggling, you need some lineups, definitely let us know. We will hit you, set you up. Alrighty, guys. If you do enjoy the video, as I said, leave a like. We appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Hope everyone has a good Friday, and we'll see you guys Saturday.